name is Steve Stevens, the best sports consultant money can buy. I make more money betting sports than anybody in the world. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie, I'm the bookie killer.
If money talks, then I got a lot to say. I'm on the grind trying to make $100,000 a day. The game that I pick, believe me, it's a winner. What I know could get you rich, cause all I pick is winners. Welcome to Las Vegas. Money talks, money talks. Welcome to Las Vegas.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuned into the VIP Sports Podcast. I'm Darren Otero, a.k.a. Steve Stevens, the Bookie Killer. Sitting here with my ride-along host, the Paparazzi. How was your Christmas, brother?
Man, Christmas was great. A little bit low-key. Had my daughter Lily with me, like I always do. Had a couple of friends over. Made a nice prime rib. I mean, you and I have a prime rib challenge that we're going to do.
Oh, no doubt.
We didn't quite get to do it because you were very busy and I was very busy. But, yeah, it was a good little Christmas.
Absolutely. And I hope everybody out there had a Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday. Now that we're done spending money, it's time to make fucking money. Guys, with all these new protocols with COVID and all these players being pulled out an hour before game time, et cetera, if you ever needed a guy like me, now's the time. If you think you could just go out on your own and bet games and think that you know what's going on, well, good luck to you guys. You're going to end up losing your fucking ass. You're over here making bets on a team that you think is going to get the job done, and an hour before the game starts, two of their main players you find out aren't playing.
I mean, yesterday on the West Coast, we had a game, UCLA at playing NC State down in San Diego. UCLA pulled out 3 hours before the game. And guys, a lot of these fraudsters that you deal with on Instagram and stuff, they're giving you this game when the game's not even being played.
Exactly.
That's why you need a guy like Steve. And I mean, right now, it is as hard as it's ever been. I mean, even the bookmakers don't know what to do because you don't know who's playing.
Well, not to mention, guys, cheap things aren't good and good things aren't cheap. Some guy on the fucking Instagram's offering you a month of service for $200 or his big play for $30. I mean, give me a fucking break, guys. You're better off betting on your own than taking information from one of these fucking clowns. But now's the time to get paid. And like I said, with all these bowl games going on, college basketball in full effect, I want to make sure you guys get paid and paid in full at that. Today's December 29th, podcast number 343. Our show sponsored by our boys over there at Blue Chew and Bet You Play. Welcome, Bet You Play, to the show. We appreciate your sponsorship. Guys, check it out at betyouplay.com. Get a hold of us at 877-220-6540. Go to our website, VIPSportsLasVegas.com. Put your phone number in, and we'll get back with you with a free pick. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at VIPSportsLV. If you don't want to call or direct message me about doing business, and you will hear back from me immediately. We will not DM or spam you about contests or promotions, so if you get contacted by an account where my picture's there, or a picture of my family, or one of my salesmen, make sure you look for that blue check mark for your own safety, especially with all these fraudulent motherfuckers in the business right now. Subscribe to our podcast on YouTube or where you ever listen to podcasts. Click the bell on YouTube to receive notifications on all videos we post, and we greatly appreciate your thumbs up, and we do read all of your comments.
And guys, sometimes we tell you a lot of content is going to be coming. You know, it's the holiday times, and we don't take a break either for the holiday times. We've had so much to do, but a lot of content is going to be coming. Steve has totally digitalized his business, and he's in a different atmosphere of what he's going to be doing. So tons of content is going to be coming your way. Make sure you are subscribed.
100%, guys. NFL news. After the CDC changed its guidelines, the NFL changed their COVID-19 protocols, cutting the standard isolation period after a positive test for asymptomatic individuals from 10 days to 5 days, regardless of vaccination status.
And that's going to play into this week's games because yesterday Carson Wentz, quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts, he tested positive for COVID. Normally, he would be out for the 10 days, so that would not allow him to play in this weekend's game. However, being shortened to 5 days, he has an opportunity, if he can test negative, to be able to play this weekend.
Yes, and want to give a RIP out to John Madden, the literally fucking kingpin of football, has passed away at the age of 85 years old. you being a paparazzi, they're keeping this tight-knit to what really happened, huh?
They are. I mean, most of the times you get reports when somebody dies, it gets leaked out, an hour after.
Yeah,
somebody
heart
dies,
attack,
whatever.
in his sleep, stroke.
It turns out yesterday he died early in the morning. Reports didn't start coming out till 4 p.m. on our Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern, and they have not really released much. It supposedly came sudden. This wasn't like some prolonged illness, or at least that we know so far, that John was suffering. And it really goes to show you what an icon this man was, how tightly they are keeping it. And, here, now we have the Raiders here in our backyard. It doesn't feel so much as, we're responsible because we just got Vegas. But for football and broadcasting and what this man did, you really feel it in your heart. It really takes a chill on your body.
He was literally the kingpin of NFL, and more importantly, the only coach that will ever win a Super Bowl with the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
I doubt you'll see the Super Bowl with the Raiders winning for at least a decade or two. But John Madden got it done for Al Davis and the Raiders, picked him up a Super Bowl.
Yeah, highest winning percentage ever for a coach. He coached 10 years, never had a losing season, had 103 wins as a Raiders coach, got them a Super Bowl. I think it was Super Bowl 11, if I recall, over the Minnesota Vikings. And just a great man, great for broadcasting, and one of a kind.
Not only one of the best coaches of all times, but by far, I'd say the best football commentator of all time.
Yeah, there's one John Madden. You can't compare him to anybody else, and I don't think anybody's going to come along and be compared to John Madden.
NHL news, the NHL postponed 10 more games on Tuesday, and 9 out of those games were scheduled to be played in Canada. That has stricter COVID rules that are making it more complicated for the league to navigate. Yeah, Canada doesn't play. They just shut down again. And so that's going to be a problem for the United States to play in Canada for a while.
Yeah, I texted you about 2 weeks ago, very early in the morning, and said, get ready for some pauses in sports and some changes, and instantly that started to happen. Canada takes it a little bit more serious. But, I don't know what's going on with this new wave. They say it's not as serious, but the ramifications and the numbers sure look a lot more serious.
Well, without any shadow of a doubt, when COVID came out as the worst thing that's ever happened to us and they shut everything down, I had only heard about a few people that had COVID. I didn't know anybody close to me that had it. Right now, everyone I know has had it or has it, and it is bigger than ever. However, they can't shut shit down. There's not going to be any funds available PPP-wise for businesses. Unemployment doesn't want to give out any money. And I think the government's smart enough to know if they were to shut things down again, you're going to see an anarchy and things that you've never fucking seen before, just like all the stress that we had the very first time. Oh, people are going to be in the streets, they're going to be looting, they're going to be robbing. Well, if you think that you thought it was going to be bad then, let's see if they were to shut it down now, what would happen?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I just I hope these leagues can come up with something to keep everybody safe but continue to play, because we don't want to see sports go away.
Well, not to mention, to keep it 100, my only 80+% trend on the entire season is in NHL first period. So I need hockey to be on the TV constantly, and so do all my clients. Quick NBA trend, Cleveland Cavaliers have shocked the world, and they have started this season with a 25-6 record against the spread. Players like rookie Evan Mobley from USC, Jarrett Allen, Ricky Rubio, and veteran Kevin Love have the Cavs trending in the right direction. They didn't get the job done last night.
No, they didn't get the job done last night. They were winning the whole way and blew it over at the end. But
what do you mean, biggest comeback in the other team's franchise history?
Yeah, that is correct.
They were down, 20-plus points?
Yes. I think it was New Orleans they played last night. Yeah,
came back and won the game outright by, I think, 4 or 5.
This is really good to point out, and it's something that we stress all the time. It doesn't always have to be the Lakers and Golden State and Phoenix. Teams like Cleveland, who is one of the worst teams of basketball the last few years, are teams that can get you paid. And that's the bottom line.
And it doesn't always have to be you betting the entire game. Hello, you forget about first halves?
Correct.
I mean, come on, guys.
Hockey totals.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Anyway, sports betting news. COVID-19 is definitely shaking up everything in the sports betting world, and inside information is at a premium. Caesar Sportsbook said, quote, "We do not want to take games down off the board, but we want to have the best information," they said. The rest of the season, we are going to be dealing with this. Unfortunately, it definitely makes it hard from a bookmaker's perspective, but also from a bettor's perspective.
William Hill still had one of the games that got canceled in the next couple of days, I saw this morning, was still up on the board. The bookmakers don't know what to do, guys. This isn't just a little thing. This is really affecting sports. And again, that's why kind of you're going to see through the pattern of the show why you need a guy like Steve. This is not the time to guess on your own. It is extremely hard right now.
Oh my God, 110%. Let's get right into the nugget. Best late season teams to fade against the spread. These are teams to bet against. Jacksonville, 6 straight losses against the spread. Giants, 4 straight losses against the spread. Carolina, 5 straight losses against the spread.
Yeah, those are teams you definitely don't want to be hopping on. You definitely want to be playing against.
Now, here's a preview. The red-hot Indianapolis Colts have put Carson Wentz on the 5-day COVID list. Wentz should be able to play on Sunday, where they take on the Las Vegas Raiders at the Colts. Good luck to you, Raiders. You're in for a pretty good game on this one here.
Yeah, I mean, they're praying that Carson can't get off that list. To say he should be able to play, I'm not so sure he should be able to play. It depends on his COVID status, and we all know that's up in the air. In order to protect their best player, the Colts are not allowing star running back Jonathan Taylor anywhere near the facility right now because of COVID. The Colts are running dangerously low on offensive linemen as well because of COVID and injuries. The Colts are 9-6 straight up, 1 game back of Tennessee in the AFC South. The Raiders are actually still in the mix in the AFC wildcard picture, and this is a must-win game for Vegas. The line on this, Indy is currently a 6. Trend, the Colts are 4-1 against the spread their last 5 games. Total on this one, 44.5. Also, the Raiders are only averaging 14 points per game their last 4 games, and the Colts are allowing just 11 points per game their last 3 games.
Here's something that's going to be mind-blowing for you guys, which we've told you guys this the last couple years, that even though the Chiefs win, they go to the Super Bowl, they get the job done, they were still one of the worst covering teams against the spread. Well, guess what? The hottest team in football against the spread is the Kansas City Chiefs right now. The Chiefs have a touch road game this week in Cincinnati, Chiefs at Bengals. The Bengals are in first place in the AFC North and 1 game up on the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore is banged up. They've lost 4 straight games and host the red-hot LA Rams on Sunday. The line, Cincy is a 5-point dog at home. Here's a trend. Chiefs are 6-0 against the spread in their last 6 games. The total on this game, 49.5. The stat, the Chiefs are 3-0 to the over in their last 3 games, and the Chiefs are averaging 40 points per game over the last 3 games.
I like the over right there. You know, Cincinnati, congratulations to that team. They play really hard, and see themselves right now in first place in the AFC North is really good. Cincinnati, though, 1 week they look really good on defense. The next week they give up 35, 40 points. I think Patrick Mahomes will come in there and be able to put up a lot of points, but I think Cincinnati's going to also be able to put up points. I think this game you want to take over, and I think that's a Christmas gift.
Well, on paper it sure looks that way. Here's a preview. Miami at Tennessee. The Dolphins started this season 1-7, and Miami has won 7 straight games and improved to an 8-7 record. Miami has covered in 6 of those 7 consecutive wins. The line, Titans minus 3.5. Total, very low at 41 points. The stat, Dolphins defense is allowing just 12 points per game over their last 7 games, but be careful because they've only faced 1 quarterback with a winning record during that stretch.
Yeah, the Dolphins haven't had the toughest schedule, but shout out to them. They've really stepped up, put themselves in playoff potential, and they looked really good on Monday facing Ian Book there on Monday Night Football. That was a disgusting game to have to watch a quarterback from the practice squad come up there. But
you ain't lying. Let's move right into college football, Poppy. Who's that sponsored by?
Make sure we write down the sponsor time. That is brought to us by my favorite friends over at Blue Chew. Fall is here, guys. Well, winter's actually here now, guys. And we all could use a stiff breeze. That's right. This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, confidence can take you far in life. It can also help you in the bedroom, especially when it comes time to step up to the plate. That's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable tablet and at a fraction of the cost. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part? It's all done online, so no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package.
Guys, there's nothing sexier than confidence, and Blue Chew can help give you confidence where it counts. So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, Blue Chew can help. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew for free when you use our promotional code VIP at the checkout. Just pay the $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code VIP to receive your first month's free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information, and we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Let's go right into some playoff golden nuggets. The outright winners in college football playoff games are 17-4 against the spread, and Alabama has accounted for all 4 losses. Can you believe that shit?
Man.
Excluding the Crimson Tide, outright winners are 13-0 against the spread in college football playoff history, and 6-0 against the spread as a favorite.
Guys, reading into that a little bit, that means dogs are also covering. So that means if you can find a live dog and take the money line on that, you are getting paid a great percentage of the time on that. So don't be scared if you like a money dog, underdog, to play that on the money line as well. Maybe half your bet on the line, half your bet on the money line. You will get paid, and the evidence is right there.
College football playoffs, New Year's Eve Cotton Bowl, AT&T Stadium, Arlington, Texas. Number 4 Cincy versus number 1 Alabama. Alabama's minus 14. The total on this game is 58. Fact, NFL scouts will be watching every snap of this game with first-round talent on both sides of the ball on full display. Here's a fun fact. Cincinnati star cornerback Kobe Bryant is changing his number for this game from number 7 to number 8 to honor the late, great Kobe Bryant. Here's a big question. Can Cincinnati's talented defense backs match with the Heisman quarterback Bryce Young and star wideout Jamison Williams? Put a comment in. You guys let me know. What do you think, Poppy?
Well, as you know, I've been high on Cincinnati before even the season started. I told everybody they were much improved on offense, and they have been great on defense the last few years. The answer is yes. They have a couple of cornerbacks who can absolutely stay with these wide receivers. Now, they've not faced a team like Alabama. Let's be truthful. Alabama, when they get in these situations, is always dominant. Can Cincinnati stay in this game plus the 14 points? I believe so.
Yeah, well, I think Georgia got a little taste of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here's a stat. Remember, Williams had 7 catches for 184 yards and 2 touchdowns against a Georgia defense that was allowing just 7 points per game for the entire season. But Alabama is without their other star wideout, John Mechie, and Cincinnati allowed just 10 touchdown passes all season. Here's the trend. Alabama is 10-9 against the spread in all bowl games under Nick Saban.
That's a tough record. If I asked you, hey, what do you think Alabama's record is?
There's no way I would.
No, I don't think anybody here listening to this podcast.
55%?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Capital One Orange Bowl, number 3 Georgia versus number 2 Michigan. This should be the game to watch right here. Michigan was 100-1 to win the college football playoffs at the start of the season. The line, Georgia minus 7.5. Both quarterbacks have been more like game managers throughout this season. Player to watch, Michigan's edge rusher, Aiden Hutchinson, finished second in the Heisman Trophy race and could be the number 1 selection in the NFL draft. Total on this game, 45. Here's a stat. Before the Alabama game, Georgia's defense only allowed 7 points per game for the entire season, and Michigan's defense is ranked 4th in the nation, allowing just 16 points per game.
Well, I'm from Michigan. I'm not going to comment on this because I know you have a big play in this game. It should be a great game, and call him for the winner. Make sure you call him because you want to be celebrating New Year's Day and New Year's Eve, and you want to be doing it with winners. There's nothing like having to go celebrate, pop some champagne, knowing you just got killed betting football games because you didn't have the right information.
No doubt. If anything, you want to be spending your earnings making it rain around this motherfucker.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
I know the wife or the missus or the mistress you have with you is going to want to fucking be sitting there, they're smoking a joint, fucking hitting a line.
And they're probably going to
drinking
want to
that
hit.
night.
They're probably going to want to hit the mall and grab a new pair of shoes or something before that night.
And you
know
want to
what I
get
mean?
lucky at the end of the night. So make sure you got the right side by calling that man right there to start the day. You'll have a great night, because if you don't, you might have a really bad night.
College basketball recap on the December 2nd podcast with Brandon Lang. I said look out for small schools like Monmouth, New Jersey Hawks, who were 6-0 against the spread. Result, Monmouth is now an incredible 12-1 against the spread to start. Now, guys, I mean, how many golden nuggets do I have to give you guys and tell you over and over and over what teams to watch out for? They are now an incredible 12-1 against the spread to start the season. The Hawks won 6 straight since that podcast, but finally lost against the spread to Hofstra last week.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I played all 6 of those games since that podcast, right? And I forgot to play the game against Hofstra. So Monmouth has constantly got me paid. Thank you, Monmouth.
Absolutely. Also, Steph Curry's old team, the Davidson Wildcats, are now 10-1 against the spread after beating Alabama outright on Tuesday, 79-78 as 9-point underdogs. Yeah. That would have been a nice little money line for you, plus 350, plus 400.
Yeah.
Also, the defending national champions, the Baylor Bears, are now the number 1 ranked team in the country. Baylor is 12-0 straight up. Baylor did not cover Tuesday night as 39-point favorites against Northwestern State. Baylor won by 36, but Baylor is 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games.
Yep, they won the national championship, guys. They lost a couple key pieces to that team. They're not quite the same team that they were, but hell, they're the number 1 team in the country, 12-0 straight up. Didn't cover a 39-point spread for, I'll give an excuse for that, but it's a team that keeps on winning. Don't be scared to play teams that keep on winning.
Also, it's Coach K's last season at Duke, which I'm pretty sure we realized that last year when the guy looked like the worst coach of all fucking time. At least he understands he's retiring this year and giving it all he's got, because Duke this year compared to last year,
yes,
it's like night and day.
Yes.
They're like the old school Duke now. But what's Duke going to be when Coach K is gone?
I don't know.
They're going to fall off like the UNLV running Rebels, or?
No. The UNLV Rebels, all they had to do was hire Rick Pitino, a guy who wanted to come here.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's now at Iona. Has turned that program way around. UNLV has no clue on what they're doing. That's another story.
The Blue Devils are ranked 2nd in the nation, and they are 11-1 straight up, and Duke has covered 4 straight games. Duke's game against Clemson has been postponed. The Blue Devils are scheduled to play against Notre Dame on New Year's Day. A red-hot team to the under is the Eastern Illinois Panthers out of the Ohio Valley Conference. Eastern Illinois is 11-0 to the under to start the season. They play Morehead State tonight and then Belmont on New Year's Day. Another team trending to the under is the Jacksonville Dolphins at 7-1 to the under. I mean, come on, guys. How many times have you bet the under in Jacksonville Dolphins? I mean, do you guys even know who that fucking team is?
They know it as well as Eastern Illinois.
Exactly. So, guys, pay attention to what I'm telling you. These are games where you absolutely get paid. Teams to the over. St. Francis, Cornell, and Kansas are combined 23-3 to the over to start the season. Guys, I would like to ramble on a little bit, make you laugh, talk a little bit of shit, because there's a lot of headlines that I would like to talk shit about. There's a lot of wannabe handicappers who I'd like to talk a lot of shit about, but we don't have the time. My office is flooded with calls right now. We're on a major winning streak, 17-4 to be exact, out of the last 21 games. So, guys, you want to be in the winner circle, you want to cash tickets, hit me up at VIP Sports LV, and we'll get you on the right track. Remember, guys, either come join the money train or get ran the fuck over. It's very crucial that you get real-time information, pieces of information that are actually useful for you guys to get paid. With COVID, it's a very fucking touch-and-go situation with who's playing, who's not playing, and you guys strictly, straight up, don't have access to any of that information. However, I do, and I want to help you get paid. Guys, make sure you hit us up. We're coming up on a new year. Let's finish out this year fucking strong and make 2022 the best year we've ever had. You got winners and you got losers. Which one are you? Behalf of VIP Sports, myself, the paparazzi, the crew, we love you. We'll see you next week. And remember one thing, Don't let the players be the only ones that get paid. Fair enough? We love you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.